Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bug and I'm coming at you with Euro Truck Simulator 2. I didn't upload yesterday, and by the time this goes up it's going to seem like I didn't upload another day, but the reality is I am. I don't know if I'm going to upload this right away after I'm done recording it. There's a good chance I'll do that. Or if I'm going to upload it overnight while I'm sleeping and then do another one tomorrow. I am honestly not sure. I have no idea why my frame rate is fluctuating so wildly. It shouldn't be. Usually I get a nice steady 60 here, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I did clean my computer. Uh, it has been dusted and is ready, but neither anything else here nor there. We're just going to continue on with our delivery. I do have a new skin that I want to put on the truck because, as cool as this skin looks, I just personal taste thing. It's nothing against the skin itself. So. When I need a fuel station. Which I'm at one and didn't stop for fuel, but I can make the next one. Famous last words? Yeah, we'll see. So, things I want to talk about today. First off, my mother-in-law and I sat down along with my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law and talked about my wife's car and trying to get the bill on it reduced a little bit. Not the loan itself, but maybe could get the insurance on the car reduced by putting the insurance in my mother-in-law's name. That will might require putting her on the car as well. I don't have a problem with that, considering I'm leaving the car behind when I move. Which actually, I don't blame my mother-in-law for being a little worried when she first sat down with me, because back when I was talking about the time I might end up homeless because I had a big falling out between myself, my wife and myself, and my mother-in-law. My wife and I had considered moving back to Massachusetts and taking the car with us. And so I called to find out how much it would cost to ship the car to California, and then we'd drive the rest of the way. Ever since I made that phone call, I have been getting occasional calls as well as emails from the company saying, you still need your car shipped? You still need your car shipped? And I've just been letting it go. Well, my mother-in-law answered the phone a couple of days ago, and it was one of the guys, and he's mentioned about shipping the Scion. And so my mother-in-law thought I was planning on leaving with the car, or I was leaving soon. And the reality is no, I wasn't. And it's an unfortunate situation that I could have easily prevented by contacting the company and telling them I do not need the car shipped. Please stop contacting me. But that's my fault. Completely, strictly my fault. Because I don't have intentions leaving the car, taking the car with me. I talked about it with my father, and we've sat down and discussed everything out. And even though it's plausible, it's not feasible. I think that's what I'm trying to say. In other words, it can be done, doesn't mean that I really should do it. Just because of everything that's involved, so many things that could go wrong. Plus, I'm traveling with two small dogs that I would not want to leave in the car by themselves, meaning I would rarely get to go into a hotel or a motel, and it just really would not work out in the least. So my decision is going to be to leave the car behind for my mother-in-law, for my sister-in-law to use for however long that the car lasts. I believe, in truth, that's the way my wife would want it if I was facing this situation and she was able to make a choice to leave the car behind where it'd be more useful. Because I moved to the mainland, whether it be Massachusetts or Florida, there's a well-situated public transportation setup. Jeez, that was a very quick day to night right there. Too fast, too fast, too fast. I don't even know if I need... Oh yeah, I do need to pass this guy. Okay. There's a very well-established public transportation system, regardless of whatever state I go to. So I've got nothing really I need to worry about. So I can live without the car. They actually do really need it. So that's the way I see it. So we had a good talk about that, and we got a few plans and ideas, and some other stuff we talked about that I'm not going to go into right now, because there's just a lot of thinking behind all of that. Um, my But everything's basically been worked out, so that's really well. The other thing that's been on my mind lately, and he's probably going to hear this, is a friend of mine is having difficulty right now, and I don't know if I mentioned this before. I don't know his actual name, or I believe maybe he did tell me. I'm not sure. But I know him as Riddy, and that's all I'm going to say in terms of names. I know him as Riddy. Anyways, he works security, and the company he worked for the past month has not paid him. He was supposed to get paid on Monday, and he hasn't been. And every time he's called, they keep telling him it'll be tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow. He called today, Thursday, and they told him it'll come tomorrow. So, he doesn't have a lot of faith that the money's going to show up. And he's in a tough spot right now. He really is in a tough spot right now. He's got bills that are coming in that need to be paid, and he doesn't have the money to do that. And I don't know how this company can continue to do this. It does seem like the company has paid some of the other employees, although it may just be a partial payment, enough to keep them from walking off the site. So it really feels like something really, really bad's going on with this company, that there's something really wrong, and that really may not get paid. And I'm really hoping that's not true, because the reality is I am quite worried about him. He has become extremely close to me, very important to me, and I am worried. He says he's been in tougher scrapes, and the reality is so so have I. I've been through tougher times and things like that, but that doesn't mean you don't worry, It doesn't mean you don't get upset about it. And I am upset, and I am worried, because this is my friend who is in a bad place because the company he worked for hasn't given him the money that he has earned. And being from the UK, there's not exactly like a union that can pressure the company into paying. And the only real legal course of action he had would be to take him to court, but in order to take him to court, you have to have money. So, I'm not sure what's going to happen, and I'm deeply concerned about it. He has been nothing but, the best of people to me, the best of friends. I don't really know how to describe it. Well, the reality is I do. It's just that I don't know if it's something I should really say publicly right now. And not from my own hang-ups. Just to be straight with you, it's not about a hang-up I have about saying it. It's, I don't know what he thinks about me saying it. things like that in public. And here's the truth. I'm just gonna be straight with you about this. I am most likely overcomplicating the fuck out of this in my mind because that's how I am. I am so logical to a fault. Yes, I know I need a gas station. I probably passed one. But I am so logical to a fault. I examine everything from every possible position. You know? I don't see a gas station anywhere. And of course, I was at one, so here's where my famous last words come back. But it's just how I feel. It's not something I should speak too long on until I know better about what he thinks about me saying things like that. Which I will probably find out about after he watches this video. That's just how I am. I don't like to step across boundaries that may end up hurting or upsetting someone, whether I care about them or not. That's just how I am. I try to be respectful of that. You know, I myself am stressing out because I need to get the car registration done. I got to show my father results on trying to get my permit tomorrow, and all kinds of fun little things that I need to get done. You know, I really thought this was a gas station. Is there one anytime soon? Orms. There is one here. Whether I can make it that far or not is a whole nother matter. I probably can. I should be able to make it because it says I can go another 291 kilometers. But anyone who knows anything about fuel gauges telling you how far you could go is that fuel gauge is giving you a best average. It's not including acceleration, braking, you know, and it's constantly recalculating that. You see, it's telling me I could go 293. I've already just gone under 280, and I'm about to go, I believe, 270. I'm sucking fuel like there's no tomorrow because I'm accelerating, and it's a bit of an uphill. So, yeah, this is fun. It's not as bad as that time when I did that old Scania. I forget what it was, but I know it was a Scania. And at least I'm pretty sure it was. Anyways, I like literally coasted in to the gas station with about, I think it was 20 liters of fuel left, which was basically enough to go another, couple hundred feet. Be in this lane because we are going to make it. Again, I'm overly worrying about my ability to make it. I need to go this way. And there's the gas station there. Yeah, but as you can see, the fuel quantity is relative. I've gone from, almost 300 kilometers to less than 200, and I have not traveled 100 kilometers. So, this is going to be fairly close, though. I'm down to 58, 57 liters. It's going to be around 55, 54 liters by the time I fuel up. Especially if this idiot forces me to sit and idle. Actually, diesel engines are some of the most fuel-efficient engines while idling. I know you're going to go there and make me wait, you jerk. Oh no, he's just going to drive through. But the best example I got of a diesel engine not taking much fuel is an old friend of mine was a firefighter, and they had a fire they had to go to. Jeez. An 800 liter tank. I just took 742 and a half. But when they went to deal with this fire, they drove the fire truck as hard as they could to the fire for, I think it was 10 miles. Wasn't too far, but still drove the fire truck as hard as they could for 10 miles. Idled the truck for 6 hours battling the blaze, and then drove it back the 10 miles. And you stop to fuel the truck up after every run. Or at least that's what they did. I don't know if that's like a universal policy that firefighters have, but that's the fire station that my friend worked at, is you always fueled the truck after you took it out, something like that. And it maybe took like 10 gallons out of a massive tank. I don't know how much fuel it had. 10 gallons versus, something like a 100-gallon tank or something. I don't know how much it was. But it took very little in comparison to what it could actually carry. So diesel engines are actually very fuel efficient when it comes to... I'm just going to go this one. Well, I'll say this says Telepaths, yet the barrier is down. How far do I have to go anyways? Oh, we're almost there. So yeah, we're gonna end up picking up another trailer and just continuing on. I had to reschedule my doctor's appointment again. I didn't think when I don't check when I said it. My doctor's appointment was supposed to be today, and it was supposed to be today right at the same time that my niece was going to baseball. She was going to baseball. I couldn't do that, so I had to reschedule again because I want to make sure she gets to baseball. They don't struggle to get her there. I was thinking about when it comes time for me to leave. I am going to leave at some point, and it's going to be difficult to leave here. I've mentioned this a long time ago, long enough, when my wife passed away. You don't live somewhere for 15 years and not grow some kind of roots. It's going to be a scary prospect going back to the mainland after being on an island like Maui for so long. Yeah, there'll be some awesome benefits. I'll actually be able to get a real high-speed internet, and then maybe I could upload better videos. And oh, thank you, TV. My TV's timer just came on. I'm going to turn off in 1 minute unless you push a button. But and I really care about my mother-in-law too, regardless of what happened. Uh, Not long before Joy passed away, I still care about my mother-in-law. You know, I don't blame her fully for what had happened in that time. I had my own problems and things that were going on, and you know, stuff happens. Stuff just happens. And I really do not like the prospect of leaving my mother-in-law alone with my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law. Because my brother-in-law, really not so much. He's a really good guy, and I actually think he doesn't get the credit he deserves. But my sister-in-law can be quite cruel. I mean, really cruel at times. And I don't want to see my mother-in-law go through that without somebody here to lean on if she needs or to help protect her, you know? And I'm not saying that because, you know, my wife who used to be married, you know, used to be married to her daughter, and, you know, now that my wife's not here, I feel like as I should be responsible. No, it's out of actual caring and respect for my mother-in-law. I worry about her. I really do worry about her. I'd have to be heartless to not. I'm not heartless. Not even close. Do I really have to go around this damn rotary? Looks like there's some kind of agency here, or a truck dealership. Agency, yeah, I figured it was an agency. Nice. And there is a garage here. That was dumb. I just caught that as I was doing it. I just caught the fact that I was cutting that corner too soon. Hopefully that didn't damage the trailer. See, I might nip that edge a little bit. Not a big deal. I can turn the strobes off now. This should be a fairly straightforward back in. So I've got plenty of room to put the trailer straight, which means I'll probably screw it up. See, I'm pretty sure I'm off on the angle a little bit. This should be good enough to register. Yep, there we go. Yeah, good work. So the trailer was damaged at some point. 1.7%, about 2%. All right. Need the map. Map. Thank you. I need to get here so I can get to the garage. Looks like there is a dealership there as well, so I want to check that out. Now, I have learned the game enough to know that what I just did may seem a little ridiculous, but once you start learning the patterns of the game and you actually pay attention rather than just doing it blindly, You'll know, actually, if it can be safe to pull out or not without having to look. I had seen already the traffic pattern on that exit, and the traffic pattern was pretty simple, to be honest. I'm looking to see if the entrance to the garage is there, and it looks like it is. So actually, I want to go this way. Oh no, it's not. This was a buy garage. That's alright. We won't be buying a new garage for a while. Unless I want to take out another loan to do it. Sometimes you'd think I'd have my high beams on, but I don't know. There's something coming. I thought he was going to let me go. No. Figured it'd be safe, but wasn't sure. Alright, we discovered a Scania dealership. Woo, Scania! I still like Scania. I'm sorry. Alright. Service. Now, paint shop. Let's see if our other paint is available. Oh no, here it is. Yeah, there we go. Aliens. There's only so many skins for this truck because it came out not too long ago. And the one skin pack I wanted to get, which was actually an anime skin pack, is not available anymore. I can't download it. It hasn't been re-uploaded. So I found this one. And, well, it looks awesome. And I actually like xenomorphs, aliens. So this is our new skin. Sadly, it is atypical black for skin. I'd rather it be more colorful. But xenomorphs colorful, yeah, it doesn't work. All right, we are here. So what trailers do we have available to us? This looks a little interesting, even if it's a basic trailer, but we've been there. This one, and we've been there. All right, next page. Hey, we could take our first, this could work. 23 tons of petrol. Not that I knew that you would actually drive petrol this far, but this we could do. It would be our first CDR trailer, I believe. And, yeah, that's kind of really it. Unless I want the tow tractor, which I don't. So we shall take this shiny petrol. Like I said, we're just going to keep going with this because, well, we can't. We didn't have that long to go here. It looks like, yeah, I got to go this way, which means I got to look for traffic because there is traffic. And then I need to go this way around a very sharp corner. Which I'm glad I don't have a trailer to do. It's actually a little bit further, it looks like. here. 'Cause it has to be, because any further and I'd be in the wall. This does not look like an area where you'd pick up a petrol trailer, particularly full of it. But whatever. You can stop that for, blinker anytime. So it's cool. Hello, Shell. Alright, let's hook it up. Ah! I don't know why. I don't know why. I just did. Interesting, my trailer has like no lights. Oh, we changed the nope, still there. Just want to make sure. So the trailer has no lights. That's unusual. It has no marker lights on it. I was pretty sure every trailer had marker lights. So we do have a normal trailer in terms of size, but not, stop that, a normal trailer in terms of what we're towing. As a matter of fact, to tow this trailer would be significantly different than normal, and not just from the fact that you're carrying an explosive, flammable liquid inside, but due to the fact that you are carrying a liquid, and that changes the dynamics of a trailer load quite significantly, to be honest. Because when you hit the brakes, all of the liquid rushes forward, which adds significant momentum and strain to getting the truck stopped. It can actually take longer for the truck to stop, and when taking corners at higher speeds can be more dangerous than with a standard trailer, because again the liquid all rushes over to one side of the trailer and can weight that side of the trailer more than normal. What a normal trailer would do, throw the balance of the truck off and easily overturn you. Liquid hauling trailers are some of the easiest trailers to jackknife because of what I mentioned. You slam on the brakes and all that fluid rushes forward in this, and all that momentum and all that inertia, that's what I'm looking for, comes crashing forward and can easily just override the truck and end up jackknifing you. Sadly, I don't think that's a concern in the game. Just like things like wind shear are not a concern in the game. Trucks have to be far more concerned about wind shear than other cars and whatnot do. Just for that reason, because a lighter trailer doesn't even have to be a lighter trailer if it's a strong enough wind. You're basically towing a billboard behind you in many respects. And a lighter trailer getting hit, particularly when crossing things like bridges, can get hit with a high wind and can be easily overturned from the wind itself. I know that I've dealt with feeling wind shear constantly in any car that I drove, but was more significant in the buses that I drove when I drove them on Haleakala Highway, whether going up or coming down. There's this large stretch of area where there's sugarcane fields, and through those sugarcane fields, is high winds. It's just an area where the wind blows through very high speeds, pretty much constantly. And I'm going to cheat this corner a bit, just to help keep the momentum. And it does shove your vehicle around, and as a bus I felt that much more significantly because I was basically a rolling billboard at the time. I mean, if you're in a 40-foot coach driving along, and particularly if you're empty, you're basically like a trailer of a truck. You know, you're a motorized trailer. The difference between a coach and a semi with the average trailer hooked onto it is that the semi has the tractor pulling the trailer. As a coach, you are basically the motorized trailer. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. That's because most standard trailers here in the United States, at least, are 40 feet long, and the average coach, the more normal coach, is 40 feet long. There are trailers that are as long as 45 feet, and there are coaches that are also 45 feet long. So that's why I say it like that. A motor coach is basically like a truck's trailer that's just been motorized. Yeah, I just kind of caught on to the fact of what I said. Whatever. I meant it behind the whole deal of wind shear. You know. Good, you're back there. I'm gonna wide swing this corner if you don't mind. Even though I don't have to because I don't have a large trailer. I'm going to anyways. Only 23 tons. I should be able to crest this hill in 6, no problem. There we go. I've gotten so used to this truck already. And I don't have any desire to change it right now. A new nosed Freightliner has come out, and I'm just being honest with you guys straight up. Ever since driving the Euro trucks, the cab overs, I don't like nose trucks. I don't. I much prefer cab overs. And to be fair, I think that I've always preferred cab overs. I've just never directly said it. I like big rigs in general. And I just love cab overs. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Why I didn't come off the throttle sooner, I don't know. I don't see much point in like hitting the cruise control yet because this is a lot of up and downhill. That's why I changed lanes. We're good for fuel. I'm pretty sure we're still good for rest. We're on highway, so I'm gonna risk it without looking. It's pretty close. Oh, well, he looks like he's getting some good momentum anyways. So I shouldn't have to worry too much for now. How long are you gonna run beside me, bro? Here's another sleep area. I should just leave this up. I did not mean to do that. Where we check our map and we see where our next sleep area is after that. It's going to be this toll booth, which I can at least push it this far. I can probably even push it this far. We'll have to see when we get there. So I'm going to bypass this rest area as well. Man, it still feels so wonderful to see trucks back in the lineup. It really does. You know? I don't know why I didn't catch on to that sooner. Really glad to have them back. I wouldn't mind turning on the bus mod again to see that if it cuts the trucks out, but I really don't want to risk it, and I don't care if I have full-size motor coaches in the game or not. I'd rather just stick with the trucks. Yeah, I think I'll stop at the first toll booth just cause. I think that's a better deal. I think it's a much better deal. Hope I wasn't seeing that wrong. No, I don't think so. I think that's it. Yeah, there we go. So I'm actually going to want to take the inside lane. Did it again. That's a very common mistake I'm making, is to shift too early. Hey. Why won't you give it to me? This is a rest spot. I don't know, it just wouldn't give it to me. That's fine. We'll just rehook the trailer. There we go. Alright, folks, so that's going to be me done for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as